show is brought to you by Even Keel Fish Shack.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, and I'm Mike Mayo. And I'm, I guess, talking in short staccato sentences because
what's next?
I'm in robot mode because I'm trying to multitask as usual, and you know that doesn't usually.
It's like, what is he unveiling? I was ready for
you know, sometimes you got to mix it up. You got to mix it up.
It's the old address the ball, hello ball, right?
Yes,
Ed Norton thing.
exactly.
Hello, people. I'm Mike Mayo.
It is, and here we go. I'm gonna press the button. We're going to launch us live on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, which is always a fun time because let's face it, they're closing in on 86,000 members, and it's always a fun time on Let's Eat South Florida. So I figure, why not? Let's start putting the show up there. Thanks to the fine folks at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. And again, I urge everybody out there, including you, most of all, Jeff Dito DeForest, because I know you're a sports fan. You like to stay informed of the local teams, and you know, man does not live by the New York Post alone. So they have these good online subscriptions for if you go to sunsentinel.com/subscribe, you could find different deals to suit your needs. If you want to get a print edition on Sundays only along with a digital subscription, they do that. So we're very journalism friendly here, unlike some of the current politicians and people who proclaim that the press is the enemy of the state. I don't think the enemy of the people. They can be the enemy of the state sometimes if they're doing their job right, but they're not the enemy. The journalists are looking out for everybody's best interests. And but enough of my soapbox today. We're here to eat. We're here to talk food. Jeff Defo DeForest, Mike Lubie Lubitz. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I just got off the phone with Rudy Giuliani. I placed a call to Rudy, see if he wanted to come on the food show here, Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And so I pick up the phone. I actually get through to Giuliani eventually after going through several different sources. And I say, hey, Rudy, how are you? And he took the fifth.
I was going to say.
He wouldn't even answer that question. I mean, he's practicing. He's getting ready for all of the testimony. No, I'm good.
Wait. Time out. When it comes to Rudy Giuliani, I don't know if he takes the fifth or he drinks a fifth.
Well, it could have been both. I mean, it was one of those. Yeah, I take the fifth. But no, I'm good. A beautiful day outside. Can't wait to get out there. Have to hit the trail. Going to go a little short and distance on a walk of life. And then bloodbath tennis match tonight against my son, which was postponed from last night. Yes.
Oh, was it raining last night? So
just he couldn't make it. Had a conflict with something.
Okay.
So,
all right. And I forget, Lubie has his trivia nights on Tuesday, so I could never do. We're set.
I saw
for
Lubie last
Wednesday
night at his trivia.
I actually saw him
last night. Yeah, he was in action. Yeah,
I got to come out there one time. I hear Sarni's been out there, right, at some point.
Well, the Landlubbers one, the Landlubbers is interesting. That one gets hectic. Tuesday we're at Vega and Pompano Beach. That's a lot more chill. That's like a lounge bar.
What is that? Where's it?
It's right next to the Foundry. It's off of Atlantic, just east of US 1.
Nice.
Thursday's Landlubbers, and we get like 17, 18 teams like that.
Yeah, that's become a thing. That's good. I got to get out there one of these weeks. Well, speaking of walks of life, you'd be proud of me. I did one this morning. Again. Nice. Abbreviated edition, 2 miles.
2 miles is good. It's a start. It's good.
Well, you know what? The
do it every day. Do it every
day. Taking it. I'm getting a new attitude. I need to shape up or ship out. I might be shipping out, but no, I
giving
need
you a standing 8 count if you keep eating these sandwiches on the show.
Yeah,
like two in one day yesterday. 2 in the span of an hour.
Technically, it was 3. I mean, it was chicken parm and meatball parm, and then at night I had something.
That cheese thing. What was that?
No, that was from the other day. I actually have the full list. I've done the tally because Jim Sarney was giving me grief the other day that I counted a leftover from Sunday night for Monday's show. Whereas I was saying, well, as long as the total comes out to 31, does it really matter if it has to be one every day? So I kind of
he's like the NCAA on this stuff, Sarni. It's fantastic.
he's
I
crazy.
mean, you would think he was Mark Emmert, or looking into the Alabama allegations and the insinuations that they might be, doing a few things that were outside the parameters and the guidelines of recruiting.
Yeah, and so he, was cracking down on like, oh, is it going to be one every day, or when you do two, why didn't you include the second one I had last week on Thursday at the Three Sons, the duck confit sliders, which I kind of counted as one of them on Monday on Instagram to kind of fill in the gap. But I've actually done a tally now here, and yesterday. Well, first of all, let's trot out today's sandwich before we get into last night. But I went, 3 sandwiches yesterday to get ahead, to stay ahead of the curve.
It's pretty thick, whatever that is.
Here we go. This is
look at that thing.
This is okay. This is from J28 Sandwich Bar, Peruvian restaurant. It's been there a while on Young Circle in Hollywood.
Nice.
This is a little sandwich shop that specializes in the Peruvian. This is known as the Chicharron Sandwich, and it's not like the Cuban chicharrones, which are kind of like fried, pork rinds. This chicharron in Peruvian cuisine, and we were talking about this when we were up at Bravo for the Visit Lauderdale segment a couple of weeks ago. Bravo Peruvian in Coral Springs with their own Vanessa. But chicharron in Peruvian cuisine is actually like sliced. It's either pork belly or pork shoulder, but it's like little succulent pieces of pork that we have here, sliced and diced and put in between this hefty roll. It's kind of like a crunchy, I don't know the name of but it's a round roll. And
let's hope it tastes better than it looks in the brochure.
Yeah,
it's a little hard to detect what's in there. I mean, it looks thick and interesting.
Bacon and ham.
So it's
not like you got a high def camera that you're working with there, Mike.
I know you keep ragging on me for that.
So no, it's okay. I mean, it's noble that you're showing the people the sandwich, but
that I need.
It doesn't look particularly. What would you say, Lubie? Does it look great?
Pork.
Right. All right. So this is the sliced.
That's a piece of pork. Oh wow, nice.
That's a piece of sliced pork with a nice little piece of skin on it. Now this sandwich, again, when you disassemble it, the Peruvians, they layer the bottom of it with these little thin slices of sweet potato because they love to go double starch. So they have on this nice hefty roll is the bottom layer is sweet potatoes, then these slices of pork, then on top of that some pickled onions, and then I asked for some of this. They call it the fiery sauce. I said, put some fiery sauce on the side, and I'm gonna drizzle my fiery sauce.
Drizzle or douse? Because I overdosed my chicken fried rice the other night with the house mustard. Because my big beef is I had to pay an extra 50 cents for the house mustard, which I think should be thrown in.
You did? Oh, you should make make a Let's Eat post about that. People would be in a tizzy anytime there's extra charge.
That should be thrown in because
50 cents for the house mustard. What did you order? Just a fried?
I had a chicken fried rice. That was it. Would have cost me like $9.75 or something. So it was 10 and a quarter with the extra addition of the house mustard.
Right.
Which we all know this, that the condiments they give you in Chinese restaurants taste nothing like they should. The ones in the little packets.
Oh, the packets are horrible.
Right, horrible. It's not even where you would ruin the thing by putting that mustard on there, or the soy sauce for that matter, which I don't know how watered down that is. But 50 cents extra. But I will say this. It was holy wasabi. I put just a drop on this fried rice, and my entire sinuses, reached a level of cleanliness that they've never known before. I didn't even know what it was like to breathe air like that. So I don't know if this stuff is as hot. So be careful, Mike Mayo, because we're going
to get into that in a minute. But you raise a good issue about the Chinese condiments, and so do you know, like, if you order a big order, like $30 worth of food, and you ask for the special house mustard and maybe the hot chili oil, would they then not charge you if you go over a certain threshold?
Oh, I don't know.
Included? Yeah, because I'm lucky because I've been going to my local Hunan Wok 2 in Dania Beach, long time place. They do a really solid job, excellent preparation, fresh food deli. They do good business, and I've been such a long time customer. And I happen to I tip them every time I go in there for a takeout order. I always drop through a few bucks in there. So whenever I order, whenever I always make the request like you've house mustard, spicy chili oil also, which I like to drizzle on some things like the sometimes the lo mein. It takes the chili oil better than the mustard. Mustard. I like
mustard
to mix
on
in.
lo mein. No, it doesn't work. It works on
No,
fried
mustard
rice.
is on rice and on the egg rolls and on the spare ribs.
Right.
But the hot chili oil goes on things like the lo meins and the noodle dishes.
Or your mapu tofu.
Well,
that you prefer.
tofu, which I still need to start trying at some point. But anyway,
you gotta get into it, and I think you'd like it.
And then I get, 2 pairs of chopsticks because I like eating with chopsticks, and I bring them home and I have a collection. But the bottom line is they've never charged me extra for any of those things because I guess
they shouldn't.
You treat your longtime customers as well, especially ones that have administer a Facebook group of 85,000. Not that I would ever do that, but oh God.
Well, you got into it with the Houstons and that Bloody Mary. I don't know.
Well, the Houstons, they just, again, why do you have to? Oh man, now you triggered me.
He almost went right into it.
You have to let things go. I mean, Jim Morrison, the greatest line ever in any song. Learn to forget, Mike Mayo. Learn to forget.
I've let Houston's go. They're going, gone because I don't go there anymore because they are the house of no. Anytime they have so many rules, like how Outback Steakhouse is no rules, just right. Well, Houston's motto is all rules and get out of my sight. That's it's like they don't know.
I'm surprised. The people on Let's Eat South Florida tend to, I would say the overwhelming majority of reviews outside of a couple of issues like seating and things like that and reservations, overwhelming reviews are positive on Houston's.
Look, it has its fan base, and that's great. That's how they stay in business. But like you said, are they crowded anymore? The one in Pompano?
That place used to be jamming. Like you would have to wait if you went there at lunchtime. I had a lot of meetings there over the years. It just seemed to be a popular location for people to have like business meetings or whatever. Yeah, it was always jamming. I mean, you had to wait to get a table inside or outside around lunchtime, and the valet parking was always 10 deep. I don't see that anymore because I drive by there all the time, and
because
it's
the house.
It's more like the Sportivo down the street there, where 3 old mobsters gather every day at 12 and talk about the old days when they whacked somebody.
We can't make allegations like that. We don't know if they're mobsters. We just know they have pinky rings and they like to have their demitas a little bit.
Well, when you walk in there, just like a casual customer, and the first thing that you hear from a guy sitting at the table there who looked like he was asleep is, "Hey, what are you doing here?" You have an idea that maybe they're not really welcoming to the public.
I guess I'm so shameless. I went in there one time when my buddy he had a dental appointment right around the corner. He was getting the teeth cleaned, and I was wandering up and down the block. I saw the place. I said, "Yeah, I want a little espresso." And I walked in there, and the guy said that. And what are you doing? And I was like, "Can I get a cappuccino?" He goes, "We only have espresso." I was like, "I'll take an espresso." I sat down, and again, like I said before,
they probably thought you were connected, right?
I don't know. They thought I had some chutzpah.
You could have been one of those Buffalo mobsters or something that was in town that was especially evil, that even they wouldn't want to mess with.
I could have been FBI, and then, but luckily they didn't go on social media.
You probably thought that you were, I mean, you look like you could have been an FBI guy, more so than a mobster. That's for sure.
Or KGB. Who knows?
All right, so you would have made a big stink then about this 50 cents. Because I did one time on the show, and you went nuts on me. And you were talking about what a cheapskate I am and how I should.
No.
I don't mind the guy making a buck, but it does seem absurd to charge you for something like that. That's all. It's not
it costs them extra money. It should be built in the cost. But I think I would understand if they throw it in for free if you have an order above, let's say, like $15 if you get a couple of things. But if you just get the one fried rice, and they're gonna maybe charge you extra because because you're already like under the $10 threshold. Do they have you can't use your debit card for anything order less than $5?
I don't know about that. It's funny. I mean, the place. This was at May's Kitchen, which we mentioned yesterday on the show, and I mean, it's not necessarily the greatest location. And the place itself looks like a place that you would never go into under a million years. It looks like the building should be condemned. It's very popular with a lot of people. And since the Peking Duck House, which is my go-to place, is closed, where they do throw in the house mustard, by the way, and never, I mean, even on an order of fried rice, never ask you, to pay extra for it. The place looks like a check cashing store. It really does. I mean, they devised this thing out of plywood that they pass the food through. So and there's a plexiglass window And there's only like room for one guy inside there, where he has like the sort of receiving area where he's passing the food through and or to the delivery guy and takes the cash. But literally, I've been to check cashing stores that had less security around the cashier than this place does. So it's really weird. I mean, but I don't know what their policies are in general. I only go there around a desperation once in a while when I'm in the mood for a little fried rice. It's on my way home. But yeah, the 50-cent charge probably would set off about a 200 comment thread on Let's Eat South Florida.
At least I put the over under at 450, 4.5.
I'll never go there again. I don't mind a guy making a
but
buck.
What you have to do in order to get that kind of response is you have to post the receipt, and because that's what triggers a lot of people when they see that receipt and you see that little extra surcharge for something. It's like throwing chum in the waters for Shark Week.
I'll say this for them in defense of the place: the stuff's cheap enough anyway. It's probably a buck or two cheaper than a lot of other places. So
that's the thing, because if you saying, they don't charge you for it at Peking Duck House, well, they are charging you for it in a different way. They just build it into the price of other menu items. So, like if you did your fried rice order there, it comes out to probably $10.95, but they don't charge you for the mustard. And at May's check cashing store and Chinese takeout.
May's Kitchen, man. It's been there forever, Mike Mayo. And a lot of people love it. A lot of people absolutely swear by this joint. I think it's okay, but it's not necessarily my favorite spot to visit. I don't particularly like the added charge for the house mustard, since you have to request it because the other
nobody
mustard
likes
stinks.
Added charges. All right, here we go.
All right, so what do you got there? I mean, you got the hot sauce on there. You got the pork.
I put a little bit of what they call.
And this is called again what? This sandwich?
The Chicharron Sandwich, which is kind of a pork belly, sliced pork belly, Peruvian sandwich. Chicharron Sandwich from J28 Sandwich Bar on Young Circle, downtown Hollywood, Florida. It's been there for a while.
This is day 9 officially.
This is now day 10. We are on
day 10. Okay.
Well, it's August 10th, and I'll give you the tally after we go through some eating. Oh, the nice part is the longtime owner there, I've included them on some roundups. I've never done a formal review. Actually, my predecessor, the late John Tanichuk, did a full formal review, and he gave him a glowing 3.5 stars, even though it's kind of a low-key takeout, kind of a fast casual place, J28. But the owner... I did an order online with my full name because I put it on a credit card, and he walked in. I walked in to pick it up. I said, "I'm here to pick up my sandwich." I put it online. He goes, "Mr. Michael Mayo." Like he did it in a way that was like, I guess he recognized me. Maybe
food royalty.
The group.
You are food royalty. There's no question.
And
willing to experiment and willing to risk your own life on a show, which I think is admirable, Mike Mayo.
All right, so here we go. The Chicharron Sandwich, J28.
It's
this roll has a good crunch on the outside, but it's
you love that. We know that already. A good start. Oh wow! Listen to that thing. Are you eating a crab shell? I mean, what is that?
A solid crunch.
You're talking Crunch City.
That is a solid crunch.
Yeah.
That top of the roll has that crunch.
Don't talk with the hot sauce. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. The hot sauce.
No, I'm going to drizzle
very difficult to talk. Well, oh my God! And he goes for an even heavier dose here. Mike Mayo, for those not able to see the video on this thing that are just listening on the radio.
He just really, I love that he just goes for it. There's not like any hesitation.
Nothing. No. Mayo and Nicky Mohan are both the same like that, right?
Nicky Mohan does the same thing.
2 fistful of food and ready to go. Oh, you're schwitzing already from this?
No. I got crumbs around my face. Excuse me for a second, guys.
People are used to seeing this, though, that are watching the video stream here on South Florida Live. Yeah.
I think that's why people
washing it down today with a.
What do you got
my
there?
My daughter and I, she was at the gym. I did my walk, and then we stopped at Starbucks. I got their chocolate cream cold brew.
How are you getting along with your daughter? Because did you see that story from Irvine, California, where the woman was caught like on some kind of security camera pouring like Valvoline into her husband's drink? Oh, no, I think it was like liquid plumber or something. She wanted to kill the guy, and they actually have a picture of her pouring like liquid plumber into this guy's iced tea that she serves him. That on a platter. Nice. I mean, she was dumb enough to do it in front of a
the daughter did it to the father?
No, it was the wife doing it.
I don't have a wife. I have an ex-wife, and we're both much happier being exes than
all right.
Together.
So you didn't have to have somebody taste your drinks first? Because I did during.
Well, why would I let my daughter taste my drink if I?
No, not your daughter, but an independent person like somebody.
Oh, Sarni. I would let Sarni be my taste tester.
Yeah, my wife.
I gotta stop eating this, but this is really really delicious. And the way that it has that layer of the sweet potato beneath it,
Yeah.
it gives it a little creaminess and sweetness that really plays nicely with the pickled onions and the hot sauce. And the pork itself is very tender, and it has that crisp skin on one side of it because they slice it off in a way. It's a great sandwich. This is
you found something
sandwich.
unusual that looks like a winner here. This is great, Mike Mayo. This is, the day where you really got innovative and went out there and stepped off a limb a little bit and are taking a chance with something, and it sounds like it was a home run.
This is 4 stars.
4 stars.
You're good. This is 4 stars.
4 stars. Yeah. Well, it hasn't even all the way gone down the esophagus yet.
This is your best sandwich of all the sandwiches. You've had like now 10.
I think 11.
When I was the food writer at the Sentinel, and I would do some sandwich roundups for Sandwich Day, this always made my top 10 list. I love this sandwich.
Oh, nice.
It's just like a perfect blend of everything. Obviously, you got to eat pork, but for those who don't eat pork, you're missing out on something. But
how is
it's
the pork?
For religious reasons.
Dry the pork.
No,
it must not
it's
be
juicy. And again, I picked this up about an hour ago.
Wow.
When it's fresh and hot and juicy, it's even better. But it's still juicy, and it's got that crisp skin on the one side. So it's a great sandwich, and that's why I always include it in every sandwich roundup. And again, it's one reason why Fort Lauderdale and Greater Fort Lauderdale, everyone under the sun, every dish under the sun. You have so many different cuisines in this town, and I love finding them. I love spotlighting them. I love eating them, as you can see.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we're going to be with Nikki Mohan and the Visit Lauderdale crew at Niren's Kitchen, which is a Laotian restaurant. Laos is the country that's next. It's in between, landlocked between Thailand and Vietnam in Southeast Asia. Everybody eats. There's a lot of Vietnamese restaurants down here. There's a lot of Thai restaurants, not many Lao restaurants or Laotian restaurants. And we're going to be checking out one of the few ones. A lot of the food and a lot of the menu items are Thai and similar to Thai, but there are some unique Lao dishes that we're going to check out tomorrow with Nikki. That's up in Deerfield Beach, just on the South Federal Highway, just south of Hillsborough Boulevard. If you want to come on out. And we're going to be talking with the owner, Vatsana, and her husband, Chris, who's American. Vatsana was born in Laos. And again, just another great melting pot story. And the place opened about 6 months ago. Looking forward to that. Meanwhile, you can go out and explore all the culinary diversity that Greater Fort Lauderdale has to offer the next 2 months, August and September, with Dine Out Lauderdale. That's going on right now. It's dozens and dozens of top restaurants offering amazing 3- and 4-course meals starting at just $35. There's places like Evelyn's at the new Four Seasons Hotel Resort on Fort Lauderdale Beach, where a very upscale Middle Eastern Mediterranean restaurant that has all kinds of great stuff on their Dine Out Lauderdale menu, including the chicken shawarma and classic hummus with stone-fired pita. They also have on their regular menu there this truffle hummus that is an outstanding dish too for those who like truffles and the mushroom flavor. Also for Dine Out Lauderdale, you could go downtown on Las Olas, a whole bunch of places participating, including Wild Sea Oyster Bar and Grill and the Riverside Hotel on Las Olas Boulevard. They have things like the New Orleans style shrimp remoulade, chicken milanese, and limoncello mascarpone mousse. And our friends over at the Catherine restaurant, Timon Balou and wife Marissa, they are put together a really nice Dine Out Lauderdale menu, including some of their seasonal items like the heirloom tomato and burrata salad, along with short rib with summer corn and fresh house-made desserts. Again, you can check out all the Dine Out Lauderdale options online at visitlauderdale.com/deals. More than 50 restaurants are participating, and there's new ones signing up every day, so check back often. Again, you could plan your culinary adventure to Greater Fort Lauderdale. Get your taste of the good life for less. Dig in now at visitlauderdale.com/deals.
Sounds good, man. Looking forward to tomorrow's show with Nikki Mohan. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not sure, culinary, my sharpness in the culinary area is enough to distinguish between Laotian and, Vietnamese, but we'll see.
Thai. It's more similar to Thai than
Thai.
Vietnamese.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Now, and you told me that Vietnamese joint that is down there by Billy Jack's Shack is pretty good.
Yeah, Basilica is okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not my favorite pho in town, but it's adequate for being at
All right.
least, close to the beach. I know you don't like to travel too far because, being a septuagenarian,
Who
you're
wants to
fishing
go
at night.
anywhere, man? Who,
Yeah.
who wants to drive? Yeah, forget about it.
So it's perfectly good. There's so many good places for pho, especially along that central 441 corridor up near Lubie's neck of the woods in Margate. There's a couple
Yeah.
of really good
It's the
Vietnamese
pho capital,
restaurants.
yeah. No
Yeah.
doubt about it.
So, and also along near the Hard Rock and in Davie along Sterling Road, there's a couple of very good pho places in that food town shopping.
Does that
place. But
include
that's
Shamuja? I mean, are they
Shamuja? That's Japanese
different category.
ramen.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
you got Asian noodle soups is one of my favorite things, but not
Yeah.
necessarily in the middle of August. And that brings us to one of the topics we'll talk about after the break about
Oh, beautiful.
the
man.
best cold food, or what do you like to eat summertime? And I posed this question to the group this morning. I'm going to run down some of the answers, and we'll talk about some of your favorite summertime cool off treats after these words. Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo here for Costas Greek Eatery and Pizzeria. If you want to take a trip to the Aegean without getting on a plane and no need for a passport, just go up to 1940 Northeast 49th Street in Pompano Beach, just west of Federal Highway, just a little bit north of Sample Road, and you will be transported to Greece along with a New York-style pizzeria. They do it both so well. They got Greek specialties like gyros and souvlaki and the grape leaves and the spinach pie, and also great New York thin, crisp New York-style Greek pizza with pepperoni. Don't miss that one. And of course, spinach and gorgonzola. Costa is a great guy. He'll smash a plate, say Opa, and greet and treat you like family. Go to Costas. It's open every day for lunch and dinner. Tell him the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Oh, I guess we're back. Are we
It's
back?
for you. It's for you.
We're back.
man.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm taking the fifth. I can't talk right now.
There you go. You at least have reason to. You have a sandwich in your face.
I'm taking my fifth sandwich of the day.
Exactly.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Mike Mayo, Jeff Diva, DeForest, Mike Lubie, Lubitz. It is August 10th. We're in the middle of the dog days of summer. I am crunching and chowing down on this great Chicharron Sandwich from J28 Sandwich Bar in Hollywood, Florida, part of my Festival of Sandwiches for National Sandwich Month. And here we go. One more crunch for the cameras here.
You might have been better off if it was National Salad Month. I don't know. Check with Sarni and see if there is such a thing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to
be
incorporate
vegetables.
these, very mild 2-mile walks every other weekend. We've got to get you going.
Mine.
No,
We've got
I
to get
got
you on a
out
more
there on-
solid commitment program. Yeah.
I was out there on Monday. So,
All right.
I got to get every day. You're right, Defo. I got to do a little self-care time, a little me time. And
It's worth
I
it.
will be
It's
doing
worth
that. Mm-mm.
Trust me.
All
It's
right,
worth
let me
it.
clear
Yeah.
the sandwich.
We're gonna
but,
keep you around. So yes, but next month we're gonna
We
do
need you around right now. Well, right now you're hot.
healthy
I mean,
eating
everything's
month,
going well.
Healthy eating month.
The viewership keeps increasing on this show, which is
Yeah, we just
amazing
need to keep it
considering
going.
all it is Mike Mayo feeds himself for an hour, which is good though. But this was a good turn on that because that would be something that I would have never considered, attempting to try. And it sounds great, and it sounds like something I would enjoy. So I'm glad you turned us on to that, Mike Mayo.
This is why I'm here. I try
Yeah.
to go around town and, I'm going to do the quick rundown now. I've eaten, again, it's August 10th.
Yeah.
And I have eaten 11 sandwiches in August, but I did have like a preseason. I did a pregame sandwich on July 31st. Remember, I had that meatloaf sandwich at the
Yes.
Cage Sports Bar in
Okay.
Davie. But I didn't even count that. But, in the intervening 10 days since, I've eaten 11 sandwiches in 2 counties and 7 cities. And again, the quick recap is the first one was that very boring pedestrian Publix Boar's Head Ultimate Sub.
Not even
Then-
sure we should count that. I mean, it's like rain out on opening day.
Well,
You're there. The bunting is all along. The stands there. The kids are there early, and oh shoot, it's raining.
It was a good sandwich for $6.99. It was very substantial. It fed me morning, noon, and night. I cut it in threes, and it was good.
For the gambling gourmet, though, from Mike Mayo, Mr. Culinary Arts, recognized by your credit card being, used in some restaurant from Cambodia or whatever it was. I mean, it's just unbelievable that you would have a public sub as an opening round.
He's a man of all levels. That's why I appreciate
this is true.
I
started out with
he'll go to McDonald's once in a while. He spreads it
widespread. I cast I was trying to be inclusive and everybody can relate to public subs, but and again, it was a slow start. I admit it. It was a little bit of a slow start, and then the turkey club from Roberts, which you thought was boring too, but I thought it was a darn good turkey club.
Something you would be served in a hospital. I mean, no, the restaurant I'm sure is fine, but
I don't think they would.
It comes with like a red Jello. I mean, or something like that.
The hospital would not serve the crispy bacon slathered in mayonnaise like I did. So
they might. I mean, they want you to stay as long as you can. Most of these places, yeah.
The hospital.
The first question is, are you on Medicare? And then the second question is, would you like the bacon? Wrap dates filled with cheese. I mean, they want you to be there for a while if you got Medicare.
Day 3 was most assuredly not on any hospital menu. That was the combo pastrami corned beef from Grandpa's.
That'll put you in a hospital. Yeah, that's great.
Will put you in a hospital. And then the day 4 was my first doubleheader. Was the duck confit sliders at Three Sons Brewing during our Visit Lauderdale segment, followed by my second lunch of the day, the cheesesteak at Bar 25, new gastropub up in Delray Beach with Dick Steen and Joe Cassell.
High praise for both of those, right?
Yeah, both of them were very, very good. Then came the oyster shrimp po' boy for Oyster Day last Friday at Shuck and Dive in Fort Lauderdale.
You had your problem with that when they didn't put the sauce on it.
It was dry. They didn't. Yeah, but again, I was able to fix that at home.
It's not like we're not paying attention. I just
but it's not like I'm going. I didn't go on
every word. Yeah,
actually, I did a sandwich roundup on Let's Eat, and I did include the fact that it was a dry sandwich, but I didn't ask for it. And they didn't provide it. So, whose fault is it?
A dry po' boy probably isn't all that.
No, that's not good. You need the remoulade.
Fried food on bread, I mean, it doesn't matter.
It needed the remoulade. Yeah. I made my own spicy mayo, as we saw on Friday. And then, of course, the weekend, even though, I didn't know if I was going to be eating sandwiches for the weekend, or is it just during the shows on the weekdays? And,
we weren't counting it, but Sarni now has sort of guilted you into it. So I guess you're counting it.
The sandwich Nazi, Sarni says you have to have something on the weekends.
So I went to Yard House, and on Saturday had that horrible, mediocre tuna steak sandwich on stale
Perkins
bread.
Was totally satisfied with his meal.
Yeah, he had his shrimp tacos, and he was happy. Then we had, of course, on Sunday, I got after I got shut out because of the Jewish holiday Tisha B'Av, I was looking for a good falafel along some of those kosher pita places on Sterling Road. And I didn't realize not only was it Tisha B'Av, which is holiday, it's a fasting holiday. So
really? Wow.
I committed a very big sin by just eating that day, but that's okay.
No wonder you got those dirty looks there on Schmatero. Unbelievable.
I forgive myself. So, but I ended up at Shenanigans East Side and got that big hulking southern fried buttermilk battered chicken breast sandwich that was also very, very good. And then, what was it? Monday, I kind of took the day off and just had leftovers. And that's when Sarni really came down on him. He said, should be having one every day. So yesterday I went nuts and I stockpiled. I had the 3. I had the chicken parm, the meatball parm from Pizza Spot on the air for lunchtime yesterday. And then at night, I was playing a little cheapy poker tournament down at the Big Easy, formerly known as Mardi Gras Casino, formerly known as Hollywood Greyhound Racing Track. There's no more dogs there, but the poker room has surprisingly good food. And I ordered last night while I was playing, they have grilled cheese sandwiches with different stuffing. Like I got a grilled cheese, American cheese, with tomato, and I asked for crisp bacon. It came out with crisp bacon, tomato, American cheese, and just white toast. And they must have put it on a griddle with some butter because it came out so crunchy, but it wasn't greasy at all. It was one of the best grilled cheese sandwiches that I've had. It was so good. I was so shocked. It was a 3.5-star sandwich because the level of the quality of the ingredients aren't up there with some of these elevated sandwich shops, but for $6.95
at a casino,
I was pretty happy with it. It was good. So That was surprising. I don't know about you. Is there any casino or ballpark venue, arena food that surprises you that you actually like to eat out there?
I will
Hialeah
say
makes a
this. Go
great
ahead,
Cuban.
Louis. Yeah.
Hialeah makes a
Hialeah
really
is
good
great.
Cuban.
Yeah. Hialeah is
Hialeah.
They
awesome.
make a great, and that's sort of like a try. Make a really good Cuban, like it's legit. Like their Cubans up there.
Yeah.
With some of the Cubans I've had.
In general, I mean, you would find casino restaurants, and a lot of the food is comped there. So, I mean, the prices tend to be exaggerated, but you're usually not paying, so it's not painful at all. But I would say though the history of it here in South Florida is pretty good because when that was the Hollywood Greyhound track, that was a restaurant, much like Dania Highlight had a restaurant, which was actually like a really good restaurant.
Yeah.
And that was one of the better ones. They had restaurants at Biscayne. Hialeah always had tremendous food and catering and restaurant availability, and still to this day features the same kind of thing. And maybe one of the better Cuban sandwiches that you can find even in Hialeah, which is saying a lot. But yeah, I mean, casino food, I especially like it because for the most part, it's usually attached to the Mustangs' slot machine losses, and or at least the churn. They take into consideration. But yeah, I would say Hialeah Park probably my favorite of the food places here. But surprisingly decent food, and they've really expanded the variety of the offerings, even at a place like Gulfstream Park, where they also have other restaurants there as part of the village of Gulfstream Park. So,
Well, yeah,
casino destination's not bad. I mean, you're not going to get shut out on the food at casinos.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna make the casino rounds, I'll say, of course, at Gulfstream, my favorite is Christine Lee's, and their honey glazed spare ribs are absolutely, they're the best spare ribs in town, in my estimation. And if at the Mardi Gras, they have, to me, those grilled cheeses are really nice. They do an excellent, like just regular salad. You get a garden salad with a grilled chicken breast on top. It's like a bottomless pit of really, like, they get it out of a bag, but it's like the good those field greens, and it's a good salad, and it's also like only $10.95 with the chicken on it. Reasonable.
Yeah.
Then up at that place, the Isle. Sometimes we've been
Isle
known
has
to go in
Myron's and Faraday's. Not
Right.
bad. Yeah.
Myron's, I like their sandwiches. It's okay. You get a
Some of
soup,
their stuff's real
matzo
good.
ball soup.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the
Uh-oh. There you
Chicharron.
go. We're going to have to Phil for
I love the
Phil
honest
from Mayo. He's having acid reflux.
indigestion.
Oh, my God.
I ate it a little too fast. When you gulp it
Oh my
down and
god!
get the air in there.
Like slow
Yeah, be
motion.
careful. I'm
And
telling
then
you,
it's
man.
throwing up.
Okay.
Like, what are we
There was an
I'm
art
okay.
to doing this. I mean, I know you're kind of being the poor man's Neil Rogers here, but he had it down. I mean, he knew how to
Oh
eat
my
on the
No,
air.
no, he know how to eat. I
Yeah.
almost, I'm down to the last bite on that first half. I'm not touching the second half. That's going to go in the fridge for later because
And be
I learned my
careful with the hot
lesson
sauce.
yesterday.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
no,
you.
the hot sauce is good. It's good. It hasn't gone down the wrong pipe yet, so that's good. And I think
One,
I like
one
my
drop down the wrong chute and it's over.
I like
you
the
know.
variety of my, so far I've got turkey, I've got meatloaf, I've got, ham, I've got duck, I've got cheesesteak, I've got oysters and shrimp, I've got tuna. What we've got missing, a grilled cheese,
Even
chicken parm, meatball. What's missing today? We got pork finally, so we got the piggies involved, and we're going to be going pork intensive. I think between Tom T, we got to mention that we're going to be up there.
Friday's
Tom's
gonna be
Louisiana
something, yeah.
Kitchen.
yeah, the professor's already in, so this has to happen.
Nobo Brewing. That's great. Yeah, it's going to be fun because he's going to prepare. He's going to try to slaughter me on the air, basically, with the muffaletta sandwich, which is obviously a lot of pork products. The ham and the mortadella. It's kind of like an Italian cold cut thing, and of course, what else is he? Well, later in the month is actually the Cuban sandwich day, so we're going to have to scope
Cool. I
out.
was going to say at some
We're
point.
going to get a Cuban
A
sandwich.
lot
and
of
that brings-
debate about where to get the good ones. A lot of
that
debate about
bring,
that.
Yeah, it brings me back to casinos. Unfortunately, it's no longer there. But when Calder had the actual racetrack, and they had a little ground level stand that made one of the best Cuban sandwiches that I found. I loved it.
They had good
pressed
burgers
it down.
there. Their hot dogs were pretty good too at
So-
Calder
Hey,
Race
but,
Course. I had a couple of them. That was weird at $300 a pop though for the hot dogs.
it can get expensive.
Yeah,
if you,
yeah. I mean, they had to be a quality meat there. It was
Sounds
better than the
funny.
Dodger dog for sure.
Hey, talking about quality meat, Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. We're going to be there a week from tonight to finally repay and settle up all debts. Me, Defo, and Lubie, and Sarney. I'll invite Sarney along because he's been a good sport and the official statistician and school mom of of the Lunchbox. 2500 Griffin Road is where you're going to find Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's open every day but Sunday, starting at 4:30 p.m. in the dining room with the early bird special, and also happy hour in the bar for the first 2 hours. And they have some good deals. They don't really have a lot of sandwiches on the menu in the dining room, but at the bar, you can celebrate Sandwich Month with. They have some really good sliders, and I think they go for like $6, and it's high quality meat. They have that ground sirloin that they use for their sliders. That's an excellent deal that you'll find at happy hour in the bar, Tropical Acres, and they also have the Butcher Shop open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. if you want to pick up some stuff to grill at home, including some good burger meat. I guess that's a debate. Is a burger a sandwich? Does it count as a sandwich?
Yes.
Technically, probably is. But,
normally in life, I wouldn't, but for you, you're trying
separate
to
category. Separate category.
I think it's separate. I'm staying away from burgers this month.
You
I'm doing
are.
other. Yeah. I'm gonna be just because we do enough burger celebration. Other days they have cheeseburger day and hamburger day. So Sandwich Month will still steer clear of the burgers, but do not steer clear of Tropical Acres Steakhouse because it's old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, great service, and selection, steak, seafood, and more. Like, don't forget the Twin Lobster special going on every Monday through Friday. All summer long, $35 gets you 2 twin Maine lobsters steamed fresh, along with a salad and a side dish. You can't beat that value. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, a lot more to come. A couple of road shows coming up here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Tomorrow at a special place there with Nikki Mohan, part of the Lauder Deals series. And then Friday, Boynton Beach. We're heading right up there. And Tommy T going to come up with what should be a feast. He says invite friends and family. I don't know. I mean, we might need to bring another 20 people the way this guy prepares food. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's all coming up, as well as some more of today's show, which you never got to the cool stuff to eat during the summertime, Mike Mayo.
We'll
do that segment.
We got one more. We got
a segment. Yeah, we're good.
Teased a segment and then talked about something completely different. That sounds like you went to my school of radio. Back with more of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox in a moment.
You like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, Even Keel Fish Shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. And we're back here on a Wednesday edition of the Lunchbox with Mike Mayo, Mike Lubitz, Jeff Defo DeForest, and a couple of sponsor notes. Again, Cafe Seville closed for vacation this week. They'll be back in business starting Monday the 15th, so don't go there this weekend because you're going to be greeted by a locked door and a sign saying, "We're away till the 15th." And I know somebody was grousing about it on Let's Eat, and they said, Cafe Seville is closed for vacation, and they didn't let anybody know about it except when you call. And it's like, yeah, well, that's letting you know about it.
Well, yeah.
And I mentioned it. And I
fly one of those planes over the beach there with a little trailing sign.
I think Joey is old school, and he doesn't necessarily pay attention to Google, and I don't think they have their own Facebook page, so he doesn't post updates on Google or Yelp or all their other sites that people tend to look at without calling the restaurant first. And again, he put it on the phone system because that's how you make a reservation there. You call up Joey and he'll say, yeah, 6 o'clock, come on in. And anyway, they're going to reopen on Monday, and he did post notification of it. And it's actually, we do at the top of the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, pinned to the top of the announcement section. I did a little roundup of restaurants that are closed and on vacation these summer months. And right in there, I included that Cafe Seville was closed from August 1st to the 15th. So do better research out there before you start chiding the restaurant owners, everybody. And then Even Keel Fish Shack, Brad and Dave, I saw, we're going to get out there at some point later in the month, but I see that they're going to be holding a special multi-course dinner with wine.
That looks interesting.
If you go on their Facebook, if you go on their Instagram account, Even Keel Fish, again, Lauderdale by the Sea, but on August 17th, I think it's a Wednesday night, they're doing a multi-course dinner paired with wines, unfiltered wines. It's going to be an interesting dinner. It looks great, and it's only $95 per person, and that's including gratuity. So anytime you could get that kind of level of food and wine for under a C note, you're doing something pretty good. So I suggest all you seafood lovers out there, go check out Even Keel Fish Shack for that special dinner. All right, finally, we're going to get to, it's hot outside, sweltering. So what do you do? How do you adjust? Do you eat certain things only in summertime, or do you have a particular thing that you like sushi or ceviche or any cold soups? We'll start with you, Jeff Defo DeForest.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you want to stay on the lighter side. So, and this is always a question. Where do you get the best salads? And there are a lot of places to get salads, and it depends. I would imagine also on what type you like. Because naturally you can go to a place like Costas or what is that? The Greek place everybody loves down there by
the Greek
Oakland
Islands Taverna.
Greek Islands, Taverna. I mean, so
beach.
you're thinking a Greek salad, that'd be great. But they do feature other salads there. But I used to the Beverly Hills Cafe used to be my go-to
Beverly
place
Hills
for
Cafe
salads.
made a really good salad.
They made
there
great
you
salads,
go
and they
again,
had
talking about a
terrific roast.
place that doesn't exist anymore. So
I think
it's
that
of
they
no
still
use
have
to anybody.
one
in the
location.
listening. No, it closed.
No, but
The
I'm just establishing a premise here, Mike Mayo.
Okay,
And,
the premise is,
and that used to be my go-to place. So what would be the place that you would say, I mean, right off the top of your head, hey, if I want a great salad and one that a place that has like a lot of variety, where would you suggest, Mike Mayo?
well, there's a place that's now a mini chain, I guess, that's off like one of these fast casual that you walk in called Just Salads, and they have all kinds of different salads that.
Okay.
But as far as a nice restaurant, sit there. I mean, I think did I. Oh, you know where I had a really
And
good.
I'm also. I mean, let me put a qualifier in there. I don't like getting like cremated. When I order a salad in terms of the price.
Well,
I want a
you're gonna
really
get
good
cremated.
salad, but I don't necessarily want to go into like the $24 range or something like that.
That's where I was taking you
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what you get with me, the gambling gourmet. It's strange to me, Defo. You have no compunction about throwing away $30 worth of exact.
That's different. No, that's different.
The track
you
is
won't pay.
You cannot
$24.
equate. I mean, look, I said this the other day on our show in the morning that you leave the track, you would be down like 400, and you think, wow, I just lost a refrigerator. This is when appliances were more reasonable, or like a television set. But you can't correlate things that way. The one has nothing to do with
Yes,
the
you
other.
can.
No, but I don't even like. I don't like getting ripped off on a drink when I'm at the track. I really don't. I mean,
Of course.
I'm
Of
spending enough money there. Yeah.
And I used to always punish myself. I wouldn't allow myself to get soup or anything to drink until I cashed my first ticket when I went to Belmont Park.
Well,
So
you
that's,
could lose a lot of weight that way.
might be my next diet. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
So where were we? Oh, salads. I had a really good one, but sorry, it's expensive. It's a place that's up in Delray Beach at this new hotel. It's called Drift. It's in the Opal Grand Resort. It's a very lovely dining room. I had this lobster Cobb salad.
That would be expensive with lobster.
Absolutely fantastic.
Okay, yeah.
And it was just a very satisfying summer lunch, cool, and it just hit the spot. It was a very it's a great summer lunch, and of course a little bit pricey because you're getting lobster, but lobster is a delicacy, and I love it. So as far as some other salad places, doesn't the Foundry have some good salads? And
Foundry's good. I tell you, it's not bad. I
salad.
just thought of this. If you want some like kind of tropical thing, the Bamboo Beach Cafe. right there on the beach, Frank Tallarico's place.
Nice.
The Tiki Bar. They have some really good salads there that I've had. Now that I think of it, but
Oh,
it's always nice when the thing sort of surprises you as to how good it is, as
Yeah.
opposed to how ordinary it is in some places.
you know what has a surprisingly great salad? And we were there last week. Three Sons Brewing does a wedge salad. A big hunk of iceberg lettuce with
See,
the
I'm not
bacon.
inclined to order the wedge salad, but
I
it is
love the
okay.
Mom
wedge.
loves
Yeah.
I
wedge
think
salad,
it's
and
I
I don't
think
get
it's
it.
I think it's another great summertime thing. You get
All
that
right, that's a
cool
good one.
ranch buttermilk dressing with the nice cold, iceberg lettuce. They even have ice in the name of the iceberg lettuce, even though it's I guess it's the Chevrolet of lettuce. It's very dull, but I like a wedge salad, especially if you get
Wedge salad. All right.
good quality bacon. And yeah, I mean, geez, nothing pops to the top of my head about salads. And imagine that, because
But some of
I
these
don't cons-
chains actually
I don't.
have good ones,
I was gonna say
like
Wendy's
J.
has
Marks and
salads.
But look at
what is
me.
it? It used to be J. Alexander's also, but now it's called
Look
something
at me,
else.
Defo.
Yeah.
Does it look like I spend a lot of time eating
That's what we were
salads?
thinking. I'm waiting for
Need
Sonny to
more.
say that September is National
September is
Salad Month.
salad month. I gotta
And
go
then we
back
go in a whole nother
fruits and
direction here on the show,
vegetables.
which
Yeah.
would be great.
Maybe we'll go vegan one month or vegetarian. I can't do vegan. But vegetarian I could certainly pull off.
All right.
If you
What
allow me
would be the
some eggs and
qualifying difference
cheese.
there, vegan, vegetarian, and
Well,
Milk
vegans don't
product.
believe in no. You can't use any animal
no
products, so
animal,
no
zero.
eggs, no cheese,
No
because
butter.
they think it's exploiting the chicken. Even though they don't mind that the migrant workers working the tomato fields are getting totally
exactly.
Let's
abused.
not get into politics. Yeah.
That's not politics. It's just
Oh, well, they
basic
could.
fact of life. Yeah, no, but I mean, it's funny how people say, "Oh, I don't want to harm animals," but they don't mind
Yeah.
about how their vegetables are picked if they're going to be vegan. And anyway, I don't. I think the animals, as long as they get to live, vegetarianism makes total sense to me. And you have your butters and your cheeses, but maybe we'll do that one of these days. So getting back to the other foods, I mean, I love sushi. I love
Yeah.
ceviche. I think those are great.
Ceviche is good.
Lunch
Yeah, no doubt about it.
summer foods. I'm trying to look through the thing. I pose to people like sometimes, and Nikki Mohan and we just go for ice cream for lunch
I was gonna say ice
on the
cream's the only
lunchbox.
thing I can
That
think
works.
of.
Yeah.
It's hot
And
outside.
and
I want
and I've been eating a lot of ice cream lately. And you could tell that too, because there's been a bunch of new ice cream shops opening up all over the place. And I hit one the other day with my daughter. It's called Soft Tea, SOFTEA, but not like Mr. Softy, but soft tea. Anyway, it's like one of these boba tea places, but they also have a full selection of soft serve and regular like hard ice cream, and it was pretty good. And the kids kind of the younger crowd has been finding it. It's in that hip and trendy Flagler Village area of Fort Lauderdale, and we had some good ice cream for a meal there the other day. Cold soup, that's the other thing. Are you into cold soup at
No,
all, or-
gazpacho and all of that. Forget about
Yeah,
it. Heat
chilled
it up.
cucumber, pea soup, borscht. How
No,
about
no.
borscht? Chilled borscht. That was my parents. used to
I
have that
served some of that when I was working at a country club one summer in on Long Island, the Seawain Country Club, Hewlett Harbor, and people would be ordering this gazpacho and cold soup, and it was very well prepared, but it really wasn't worth it.
It doesn't do it for you. A
Throw
lot
the
of people
thing.
just
There weren't
turned off
microwaves
my-
back then, but just heat this stuff up and let's eat it. That would
Oh
be.
man,
my-
look at the time. We
there.
spent so much
Yeah.
time talking about salads. All right, we got to go to our last break. We'll be back to wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox after these words. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans. For 30 years, they've been doing a great job. The original location, West Side, 3303 Sheridan Street, just across from TY Park in Hollywood. And there's the East Side location, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late in both locations. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox, Mayo, and Defo sent you. From our friends at Visit Lauderdale and Lauder Deals, don't miss Dine Out Lauderdale during August and September in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Dozens of top restaurants are offering amazing 3 and 4 course meals starting at just $35. See all the Dine Out Lauderdale menus from more than 50 participating restaurants online at visitlauderdale.com/deals. More taste sensations are being added daily, so plan your culinary adventure to Greater Fort Lauderdale and get your taste of the good life for less. Dig in now at visitlauderdale.com/deals. And we're back on the Lunchbox, but we got to go. That's it. Another show down, another sandwich down for Sandwich Month. Again, thanks to the fine folks at J28 Sandwich Bar for their delicious Peruvian chicharron sandwich. We'll be back tomorrow from Niren's Kitchen up in Deerfield Beach. We're going to have a little Laotian cuisine with Nikki Mohan and the Visit Lauderdale gang. For Mike Lubie Lubitz and Jeff Defo DeForest, I'm Mike Mayonnaise Mayo saying thanks for tuning in, and remember to enjoy every sandwich.